Hello. When I recorded this gameplay, I made a mistake in my audio settings, so I couldn't edit my audio the same way as my previous videos, so apologies if the sound is different or like the balances are off. This is as good as I can get it. Have fun! Hello, and welcome back to Stray God, the role-playing musical. It's been quite a bit since I last played, at least maybe a little under a week at least. So I'm trying to remember what even happened. We went to the reliquary and me and Pan had a moment. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Okay, so now we have a lot of options. There's suddenly a talk to Freddie and talk to Apollo still there. And the game is telling me that I should go confront Medusa or go to Aphrodite's party. I want to do both, so I hope I can do both. Fingers crossed. So, I think we're gonna go talk to Freddie, our bestie. Because there might be some emotions.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Miss Muse?
Well, does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
Not just yet, no.
We're nowhere near
Well,
that.
Let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
Cute. Yeah, how are Cass and Brian? I assume they're the two people we saw in the first scene. The band
What are Cass and
practice.
Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
What for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just some giant beanbag things?
Then where is Cass Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh la la.
Yeah, that's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
Aw. Two people who are pretending to not be a couple but are obviously a couple. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, sorry about the band.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name. Or two, we get back to it and the band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
Yep.
Ugh, I still really hate that name.
Look, Grace, you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
Tis the rules, girl.
Exactly how much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddie?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's got to be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe. Who do you want to hear about?
Everybody.
Just how many of these gods are there? From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost. But also, what might still be out there.
I am also surprised about hearing about Hades being killed by Persephone. Although being killed seems to be fine, your eidolon just moves forward. So, but I guess if there isn't anyone to receive the eidolon, then they die. It's just gone. It like glows away. The little glowing ball. Probably.
What about Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as
Horn
lovers, so there's
dog.
probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan. And no, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
He was a bit of a player. Not anymore.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Must be hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
Yep.
You said Pan was some kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil.
Probably the
Weirdly,
horns.
he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why.
Oh,
Anyhow,
I did not know
there's a great
that.
statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat. Next time you see him, you gotta ask him about it.
That's something to ask somebody you just had a vaguely romantic-ish, relationship-ish song with.
Do you know anything about the
Calliope.
muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow, I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
Epic Calliope.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her then.
I like how sorry. I like how Freddie is here, basically giving us a full-on lore dump.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know? Then there are all the other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? All those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
Yeah, that's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
Oh, Freddie, a fangirl. It is a fun concept that, you know, all the other pantheons are also hiding somewhere in the world. And I think it is kind of hilarious that a lot of media focuses on the Greek mythology. Like we've got Percy Jackson, we've got this, we've got Hades. I guess the Greek mythology is having a bit of a phase right now. Although I like Greek mythology, so maybe I'm just drawn to that media. That's also
I
possible.
wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
Hmm.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah, you're right.
Yup. Not an easy one, that, especially if the gods are hiding themselves aggressively with like dark magic from Hecate.
Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddie. Time for more mystery solving.
Time to go to Aphrodite's party. We met Aphrodite once at the very start of the game in the meeting with the chorus. So I'm very, very interested to see what she's like. This man never changes clothes.
Fancy party? Check. Bunch of strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace, you made it. I'm so glad. I was beginning to wonder.
You didn't say this was a fancy party. I feel a little underdressed.
Grace, look at me. I didn't even button up my shirt. It's fine.
Fair enough.
Why is everyone so quiet? You'd think someone died.
I should have told you about this earlier. I've been putting it off.
Who died? Who died? Oh, Calliope died. That's
I don't like
properly.
the sound of that. What am I missing?
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it the veil. In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
Wow. Ow. That does sound cool, but that also means that you get a whole set of memories, so you sort of become a little bit like somebody else in a way.
That's gotta be a lot of memories. She was what, 1,000 years old?
More than that. Much more.
Then what happens to me in my piddly 20-something years? It can't be good.
Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
Yeah, so you kind of lose a bit of yourself this process. Yeah.
That's a lot to take in. I'm not sure what to think.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite hasn't been the same since we came to the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while. That's what this party is for.
Who's she dying, technically?
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace. to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye. At least for a while.
Oh, interesting.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
This is her 4th, I think, perhaps 5th.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much.
Oh my
We
god.
gather to pay our respects and to honor the past. Well, she still remembers it.
That's really rough. Like, really rough. Huh.
Wait. Calliope refused to come to these parties. That's what you said.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Do you support what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse.
Oh god,
If this
what
is the mercy
happened?
she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
I keep mentioning this war. Somebody probably already gave us a lot of information about it, but I don't remember. So, a war between who and what? Is that was the Great War one of the reasons why they sort of switched to live here in America in hiding? Maybe the Great War was between a lot of the different gods, and then they sort of just split all over the world after that. Now, I personally don't like this idea that Aphrodite basically just kills herself to forget. It's rough, but I get it. I understand.
Okay, so, what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What does she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all. She's
Drama.
not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest mingling.
Okie dokie.
Mingling.
Dogeli, dogeli.
mingling. Talk to Eros, or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Sure, yeah. Relax. That's what this party is for, right?
Yep. Talk to Eros. Let's go chat, man.
Grace,
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
oh. You okay,
Are
buddy?
you okay? You seem a bit...
Every time she does this, I don't know how to handle it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works.
It must hurt to see your mom
Sorry, I
die.
shouldn't unload on you. It's
In a way.
It's been a bad week.
Oh. It's okay, man.
No, it's okay. It sounds like a bad situation.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't know much about it, would you? I take care of Aphrodite. Ever since we came to the New World, I'm with her. Every single day.
Oh gosh.
I'm there for the nightmares, the panic attacks, the days she doesn't even remember the war's over. And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all again.
Oh god. Imagine seeing your mom do this and having to like be there for her all the time and, you know, arranging your mom's death party? Even if technically you'll get her back after a mysterious amount of time that the these memories will sort of like resurface and they'll become that Aphrodite you knew again. It's still... Yeah. Yeah. This is painful. I don't want to dig into the details about what happened to her.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until... I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, yep.
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever.
Yikes.
Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect. Not
Where's
that
he?
What's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die for a while.
Where is Hephaestus? Hephaestus? I can't say. That's the one of those names I cannot pronounce.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
I know, but it happened to Aphrodite, not me. It's not my story to tell.
You can't see it, but my cat is screaming at me and demanding my attention. Come on, buddy. Get off the table, darling. Thank you. Serious moment in the game right now. You might hear some cat noises in the back. Let's see how good my noise suppression is. Okay. What if I could help? I don't know how, but always try.
If I know what she was dealing with, I might be able to help.
Could you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt. What happened is that Brother Ares happened.
No.
He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one.
Oh no.
He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite, her they captured.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh.
You don't seem to approve. What is there to approve of? Jesus. Oh, I feel like I don't... Oh my god, I don't want to die. But I want to know.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Yup.
Wasn't he a smith of some kind? Giant hammer, lived in a mountain?
Some of that is mortal fancy, but yes. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her beyond reason. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
They tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
Oh no.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back.
Oh no.
Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye. It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
Yeah, when you lose something, you realize what you've lost, I guess. But if I'm reading this right, this means Hephaestus, oh my god, this name will be the death of me. Hephaestus? Oh god. Anyway, if I'm reading this right, he made the atomic bomb, maybe? If we were talking about the Great Wars and how Ares missed the first one, assuming that is the World War One, that seems like a great war. And then World War Two is where what happened to Aphrodite happened. Oh boy. But I might be reading it wrong. I am tired. It's late. But okay. You don't seem to approve of what exactly?
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can always try, but
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
yeah.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try. Or I hope that's all she needs.
Huh? Hmm. I can only do my best, but can't promise anything.
I'll try, if you think it'll do some good.
I don't know if it will. I just find it hard to believe it could get any worse.
Fair enough.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Do whatever you think is right, Grace. And thank you.
Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is a rough one. Apollo, let's chat.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You guys are so old that at this point it's kind of hard to keep track of each other, I guess.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble. Piece by piece. Only to start all over again.
Fucking
It's so
tragic.
different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
It's awful.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
No.
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
Well, yes, but
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
that would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
That would be Pan. Lovely. This is not a place to flirt. And I'm already had a thing with Pan. I'm gonna see where that goes. Yum, yum.
That's kind of sad.
What is?
Spending an eternity among people you can't even stand to be with at a party.
Well, now I need another drink.
Yep.
I should get back out there.
Sadness all around. Can I talk to Apollo again? He's gonna just repeat the same stuff or new stuff?
Back again.
Okay, no.
I should get back out there.
Okay. Let's wait for Aphrodite then. And hope it goes well. Because I have fear. Oh.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends.
Hello.
And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
Hehe. Nice to meet you again.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh! What manners I have. Grace, Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new me.
Hi, my name's Venus, and yes,
Hi.
it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
How does she get these people to agree to this? Because your fate is to get memories that are going to destroy you to the point where you're gonna kill yourself to forget it. That's really rough. Yeah, and
Yeah, hi. Nice to meet you.
We'll both be new at this, huh? Maybe we could get together and compare notes if you,
Survived my trial.
Sure.
Yeah, Lady Aphrodite told me. I shouldn't have brought that up. I'm sorry.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
It's still super tragic to make your son go through this. I don't know. It seems really weird to just go, I want to talk you out of this. Haha, thing you want or have decided to do. Tell me what my role is. I'll just go with
I
it.
was hoping I could talk you out of it, actually.
Oh,
Forgive my saying so, but you seem
Oh,
fine.
rough thing to say.
yes, it might seem that way. Well, tell me, Grace, why should I let you try to talk me out of this,
Ooh, yaha. Guess this is wrong. No, bit for Eros, maybe. This doesn't help. But if nothing else helps, momentary forgetting things momentary feels better. Oh god. Your son has to go through this.
Because Eros loves you? Do you have any idea what this puts him through?
I do know. I wish I could convince dearest Eros to find his own way, but he refuses to leave my side. My
Because he
pain is
loves
his
you.
pain. The respite I seek is as much his as it is mine. Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Let's go, Apollo. Please. My emotional support.
Back
Mess
in
of a
town.
man.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
The thing.
I was hoping she might have spared a moment.
What should I do?
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
I should get back out there.
Crikey, what a complicated situation. Alright, Venus, let's chat. Tell me, how did you end up in this
I wanna apologize
situation?
again, Grace. I really messed up. It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Probably.
I was so scared at the time, I didn't know what to think. I had no idea who Calliope really was.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
Yep.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
That's it? Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite. She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
Yeah.
Your name's really Venus, huh?
Everybody asks me that. Even the other idols. Maybe that's why
very-
Lady Aphrodite noticed me in the first place.
Theme appropriate name.
She says it was fated to be. I say it's because my mama was a diehard hippie.
I don't think it's wrong, but it isn't right either. It's one of those gray areas where nothing's really the correct choice.
But don't you feel this is wrong? I mean, you're ending your life. It's like some kind of murder-suicide pact.
That's
I
aggressive.
don't think of it like that. Lady Aphrodite is not committing suicide, and I'm not being murdered.
Aren't you? Your life is ending. It's being taken over, swallowed up by Aphrodite's grief.
I'm becoming part of something bigger, something amazing. Or maybe you're right. It'll be terrible, and I'll end up in so much pain I'll regret it.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
That's a sweet thought, but if it's happened 4 or 5 times already, I highly doubt that somebody super special is gonna show up who can suddenly not have such a hard time, you know?
Back again.
Have you spoken with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
A good vibe.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors.
Why?
She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
Wouldn't it be better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
Fair enough.
I should get back out there.
Fair enough. Being nice doesn't mean you can't handle shit. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. We've got this. We can... Oh boy. Because I don't know what I would want to decide in this situation, so haha, let's do this.
I have tried so hard. Fought for so long. But in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
Ooh, pressure.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene.
Oi.
We were wrong. We were wrong. We had revelry and rebirth, a family all together, till 13 million marching men cut us down forever. But Brother Ares made it happen, joined their war without dispute. Now the once mighty immortals are just mud under a boot. We let them take our loved ones, it's what they wanted all along. We thought they were beneath us, we were wrong.
Oh dear.
We were wrong. Oh, the power of the idols pounds within your chest. But for now I am in mourning for a love gone unexpressed. He was harder than the chisel. I was a horrid block of ice. A winter's chill that stayed until he made his sacrifice.
was a joke when it was said to me. He struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know,
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
you know, you know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine
I can imagine.
this really happened? I can't forgive, the river's too deep. Its reflection won't lie, so just let me sleep. I can't let go of what could have been.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment.
Mother, I've stood by your side, now I no longer see the purpose of love when it tears at the center of me. My arrows are rusty, forget the bow, and I won't be begging you not to go. But when you're away, you leave us a broken home. And you leave me alone, lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Lost in a moment. If anyone would know about the mysteries of love, you would know. Only you can decide. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
Lost in a moment.
God.
Are you...
I'm fine. I'm still myself. I thought there'd be something more, that I feel her presence, but she's just gone.
She'll be back. But she'll also be you. She'll be different.
I'll try to be ready. I promise.
Oh my god. That was so emotional. Like, I am feeling an emotion. I just picked what I felt was right, although I didn't want her to die. Ooh. Oh my god, I was promised help. Jesus God, I'm sorry, Eros. I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry, Eros. I know you wanted me to convince Aphrodite to change her mind, but...
It's all right. There's no convincing her, was there?
She didn't have the strength to fight any longer. At least, now she can rest.
I suppose that's true. Before we go, Aphrodite told me you wanted her help to learn about Calliope's death. I'm not my mother, but maybe there's something I can tell you. Do you have any suspects yet?
Oh man, I'm not even thinking about the murder right now. That song was heart-wrenching. Oh my god. Okay, let's pull myself together. Okay, murder.
Nobody definite, no, but I've narrowed the list of who it could be.
What are your thoughts?
For one, it had to be someone who had access to the reliquary. 2, it had to be someone who could do it right under the noses of Hecate and the Minotaur. Medusa was there, but I'm not sure she got inside. And are either of those things true for her?
Calliope came to see Aphrodite and I that night. She was agitated, frightened even, but she wouldn't explain why. She said she had a plan. That must have been the reliquary.
Oh boy. What kind of plan?
A plan? A plan for what? What could she find at the reliquary that would help her?
Maybe she wanted a weapon, something to defend herself with.
But she got inside and didn't take anything.
Even Hecate doesn't know what she was there for? I thought she knew everything.
I'm afraid I can't be much help, Grace. Few have access to the reliquary, and I have no idea even who they are.
Athena.
If Medusa was there, I'd suggest asking her how and why. Lady Aphrodite was always suspicious of her true motives.
Come now, Venus. It's been a long night.
Just hurts so much. I'm so
I'll get
sorry,
you home.
Eros.
Thank you for everything, Grace. Truly. It was a wonderful song.
I hurt. I have an emotion.
So, did they have anything helpful? The reliquary. Well, you've been busy. I hope you aren't thinking of seeking out Medusa.
Why not?
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed with. Athena employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know.
Athena.
Are you all right, Grace?
Athena.
You seem troubled.
There's lots that's just happened, Apollo. There's emotions, okay?
What Aphrodite went through, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about the life of an immortal. It never ends.
Wow. Way to really sell it, Apollo.
You really are amazing, you know that? Every
Oh,
hurdle,
thank you.
every piece of unpleasant news, you just keep on going. I don't know how you do it.
What's that? Mortal optimism.
Uh-huh. You going somewhere with this, Apollo?
I just wish I could see the world through your eyes. Next to you, I feel very old.
Well, you are. So. Oh. Oh. Oh god, no. Oh dear. Relationship moment.
Is it really that bad?
Let's
Being
delay.
a literal god, young and hunky forever.
It's not that. There are good things, yes, but they come with the not-so-good things as well.
Such as?
Everything.
Such as having the gift of prophecy and never being able to act on what you see.
Fair enough. That's
I tried
fucking
and it
rough.
only made things worse. So instead I tried to not want to try, and that's still not better.
I like how one of them is just, you are old. The age gap is just a no-no for me, sir. Let me show you what I see. You are old. Can't help you. To be honest, I'm not. I mean, I'm feeling Apollo as more of a friend, maybe even brotherly figure, so it seems really mean to just say, oh, can't help you. You are old would be a very sisterly thing to say. But I've decided I am not going with this heart option because I'm just not feeling it. I might regret it.
I wish I could help you. I really do.
Oh, he just
I
disappeared.
know.
Kinda got a lot on my plate, though. You know?
I know. I suppose you'll be headed home.
Or to look for Medusa. Yeah.
Then I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself, Grace.
I sus. Rough. Oh my god, this was an emotional one. This made me feel things. A lot of things. Oh. Oh, this whole Aphrodite thing was awful, emotionally. On everybody involved. Oh, I feel awful about the whole thing. The song was beautiful, and there's a sort of beautiful tragicness. I don't know what's a good word for that. To it all. I just wonder if just feel so cruel to Eros, I think. How it went. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna need to sit on this. So this is it for today. Let's see when I come back to it after I've emotionally survived this harrowing experience. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this, whoever got here. I will keep going. This game is amazing. I'm feeling things. That's rough, man. All right, yeah. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.